Good evening, Zimbabwe. This is Change Radio News. Today is Tuesday, 16 December 2025. The news is read by Divine Nambira. Here are the news headlines. President Chamisa urges Zimbabweans to embrace a culture of giving. 5 family members killed in Guruve. And Gio Pomona implicated in journalist bribery scandal. And now for the news in detail. Citizens leader President Nelson Chamisa has called on Zimbabweans to embrace a culture of giving, service, and integrity, saying that national renewal begins with selfless leadership. Addressing guests at the annual charity dinner in Harare, he said Zimbabwe's restoration will come through faith, prayer, and collective sacrifice, not activism or violence alone. He urged leaders in public office to be givers rather than takers, warning that nations fail when service is replaced by personal gain. President Chamisa also emphasized the importance of protecting the environment and upholding integrity, stating that true leadership is about pouring oneself out for others. He ended by encouraging Zimbabweans to share hope and stay committed to building a nation that serves all. Meanwhile, political analyst Rejoice Ngwenya says advocate Nelson Chamisa is the only leader feared by ZANU-PF. Ngwenya echoed Chamisa's remarks at the recent fundraising gala, saying the ruling party trembles at the prospect of his return to lead the people. Let's hear him as he speaks.
I don't believe really that, ZANU-PF would take Douglas Munzura seriously on his stance towards 2030. First of all, because I don't think he has a constituency large enough. He has the knowledge. He understands. He was part of the architects of constitution. But when it comes to his popular opinion about what the 2030 agenda is all about, I don't think ZANU-PF would be so petrified as to want to take him out of Abe's house. Because if this was Chamisa speaking, that would have been different, But
a farming community in Guruve is in mourning after 5 members of one family, including 2 toddlers, were killed in a brutal attack at Honor Farm on the night of December 11. The victims are identified as Grace Ritsa, aged 66, Lois Chiringaushe, 37, Tendai Ritsa, 40, and 2 children aged 5 and 2. Tendai Ritsa later died at Guruve Hospital after being found seriously injured at the homestead. Police say 5 other children were found unharmed in a separate bedroom. The Zimbabwe Republic Police have launched a nationwide manhunt for the suspect Enimo Ritsa, who is also linked to 3 other recent murders in Zimuna village. Police have deployed drones and specialist units and are urging members of the public not to approach the suspect but to report any information to the nearest police station. A bribery scandal has rocked Zimbabwe's media industry, with more than 30 journalists and editors allegedly paid to publish favorable stories about the controversial Gio Pomona waste management deal. The Media Institute of Southern Africa, Zimbabwe, has condemned the allegations, warning that bribery undermines media credibility and public trust. The payments are alleged to have been facilitated through individuals linked to state media outlets. Calls are growing for investigations and stronger enforcement of media ethics. ZANU-PF Politburo member Ziyambi has defended the party's push to extend Emmerson Mnangagwa's term to 2030, saying the move will ensure stability and continuity. Speaking at a provincial meeting in Mashonaland West, Ziyambi said frequent elections divert resources from development. However, critics argue the move violates Zimbabwe's constitution, which provides for 5-year electoral terms and regular elections. ZANU-PF's Manicaland province has confirmed the co-option of Emmerson Mnangagwa's investment advisor, Paul Tungwarara, into the party's central committee, despite a directive overturning the move. National Political Commissar Munyaradzi Machacha had nullified the co-option, arguing Tungwarara did not come from the same administrative district as the outgoing member Dorothy Mabika of Chipinge. However, party sources say Tungwarara's position was reaffirmed at a provincial meeting held in Mutare on Sunday, exposing deepening factional tensions within the party. Several artisanal miners are feared dead following a mine collapse at Chegutu Alisha Mine near Pickstone Mine in Chegutu. At least 5 bodies have been recovered so far, while rescue and recovery efforts are still underway. Chegutu District Development Coordinator Mark Kadaira confirmed the incident, saying details remain unclear as authorities continue assessments. More details are expected. Chaos and curiosity hit Parliament in Mount Hampden, Harare this morning after a ZANU-PF cloth, a clay pot, and other unusual items were discovered inside the building. Officials and staff are investigating whether the objects are part of a ritual, a prank, or something more serious. Social media is already buzzing with speculation and memes. Harare Mayor Jacob Mafume has been criticized by residents for expressing support for Emmerson Mnangagwa's vision. Mafume, elected on a Citizens Coalition for Change (CCC) ticket, made the remarks during the commissioning of additional waste management equipment by Mnangagwa yesterday as residents complain about poor city services. In economic news, communal farmers are yet to receive enough fertilizer even as the rainy season begins. The government says less than half of the required supplies have been delivered. Analysts warn that Zimbabwe's dependence on repeated input handouts is unsustainable, noting that agriculture, the backbone of the economy, continues to get limited support while new government vehicles are frequently purchased. Permanent Secretary to the Ministry of Finance, George Guvamatanga, has revealed that despite the acquisition of sufficient government vehicles between 2018 and 2022, $60 million was spent on unplanned car hires this year. Guvamatanga says priorities like hospitals and school, sanitary pads should take precedence, and he highlighted the ongoing blurring of party and state in government spending. Bulawayo businessman Sidat Mohammed has called on Finance Minister Mutuli Ncube to remove local authorities he says are choking businesses. Mohammed made the remarks during a post-budget breakfast meeting in Bulawayo yesterday. In international news, the Alliance Fleuve Congo, AFC, or M23 rebel coalition says it will conditionally withdraw fighters from Uvira in South Kivu, Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The group calls the move a trust-building measure to support ongoing Doha peace talks. Uvira has been a flashpoint, with the M23's recent capture displacing civilians and defying a US-brokered agreement between Congo and Rwanda. Authorities and analysts warn the withdrawal's conditions could complicate implementation while humanitarian and security risks persist in the region. And finally, in sports news, the Zimbabwe netball team, the Gems, have claimed third place at the African Netball Cup, defeating hosts Malawi 48-44. This marks the Gems' third consecutive bronze medal at the tournament. Tandazile Ndlovu was named Player of the Match. To end the news bulletin, here are the headlines once again. President Chamisa urges Zimbabweans to embrace a culture of giving. 5 family members killed in Guruwe. Gio Pomona implicated in journalists' bribery scandal. And that concludes our bulletin for the day. We thank you for listening. From myself, Divine Nambira, and the entire team at Change Radio, we wish you a blessed night.